Let's talk about Jacob's ladder and the chrism. So Jacob had, after his nap, he laid down on the stone of scones. He had wrestled with a man, and this man being himself, right? His lower nature. So as he's ascending, or as this is this is the story, and then this is spiritual as well. So as he's ascending up his Jacob's ladder, before you can send that oil back up, you have to have your vessel right, your temple right, okay? So he struggles with the man, this man being his lower nature, his lower mind, his carnal nature, emotions, okay? So when that oil sits in its tomb for 3 days, you need to practice wholesome, righteous living. Now, most people, you don't normally take it a few days before and a few days after, right? Because you want to prepare that vessel for that oil. So about 5 to 7 days. And it's, mainly to keep the seed. Don't lose your sexual energy. But you can't be a glutton. Whatever consumes you that would be considered above and beyond or out of line or out of normal, right? This is what you need to stay away from. You just need to practice respect, nature, wholesome living. That chrism, that oil that sits, it will then rise. So just like Jacob overcame the man, it'll rise. But what's really unique is this man touched Jacob on the inner thigh. And, through the joint out of place. This is where your sexual energy is harnessed. This is where your sexual energy is stored. It's Sagittarius. It's the third fire sign of the triangle. The 3, 6, and 9 represented again the fire sign. You have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this inner thigh is your sexual energy. So as Jacob saw God face to face, he shall call this place Peniel. That's in 32:30. And then in 32:31, he says Peniel. So Peniel's used twice, back to back, but spelled 2 different ways. Why? Well, Bill Donahue says if there's something that stands out that doesn't make sense in the Bible, pay attention. It's probably a sign. It's something mystically they're trying to point out to you, okay? So this is the pineal gland. This is the chrism that has to get up. You fight your emotions. You live a righteous living. You live a good life. That oil will rise. That oil will cross the vagus nerve. It'll start to vibrate higher. That oil then reaches back across to the pons and the pineal gland.